What is hi everybody? This is Cody, aka DFS Prodigy, breaking down this upcoming Friday night slate. Before we begin, hit the like button for me. Definitely subscribe. Like I said, we're here breaking down this NFL preseason slate. We have three games on the board tonight. It was kind of over the place. I played a lot of Plumber, which that looked terrible. I mean, we had the injury to Hooker. Drew Lock got hurt, looked terrible when he was playing. And then we also had, like I said, Plummer looked terrible. Eric Gray went off. It was kind of an all over the place slate. But we're here breaking down these three games: Atlanta at Miami, Houston at Pitt, and then Philly at Baltimore. I do not have Dustin Shelton with me. He is, like I said, probably sleeping. I work night shifts, so I'm up during the night. So that's why I figured let's break down this slate. But here we go. So on the Atlanta side, I don't expect to see Kirk Cousins, especially coming off that injury during the season. They're not going to want to play him in preseason yet. And you have Penix, who I think is going to be the main guy that they want to get a look at. I don't mind him on this slate. Then you have Heineke and Rourke, the CFL guy, Nathan Rourke, who I think deserves a shot to at least get some playing time, but we'll see if he does in this game. You might see a quarter. I think it's going to be maybe a half for Penix, and then you're going to see Heineke, then you're going to see Rourke kind of in the fourth cleaning up. On the running back side, no Bijan, no Algier, I would imagine. And then you have Avery Williams and McCline and Carlos Washington Jr. So I'm not really looking at Falcons running backs. I'm not really getting much of the Falcons team, to be honest with you. I'd rather go to other spots. Same thing on the receiver wise. Rondell Moore's on the IR now, which I felt bad for that. So again, kind of just a nasty team overall that I'm not really looking at a ton of. Same on the tight end spot. This is the team I'm probably just going to fade. Looking at Miami, though, I do like some of White or Thompson. I think I'm going to get a little bit more of Skylar Thompson just because we've seen Mike White. It's been all over the place with him. It was gross. I mean, if we look at these last year's stats, it did not look good. Um, I don't like White at all. I really much just rather go to Thompson. So I think I'm going to get a lot more of Thompson. No Mostert, no Chain, probably. They might see a snap, but I'd much rather go to Jalen Wright, and then I'd much rather go to Ahmad and Brooks. I mean, I'll rotate some of these guys in, I think. Um, Chris Brooks, kind of a preseason guy. I don't mind him. I don't mind Ahmad. We've seen him last year also. So it's mainly for me, right? Ahmad and Brooks. That's kind of what I'm looking at receiver wise. No Tyreek. There a bunch of guys are banged up. Barrios is banged up. OBJ's banged up. Waddle's banged up. Um, I don't think I'm going to get up some of Craycraft. I really don't want to play Willie Snead. Anthony Schwartz is a guy I might look at. I don't mind going to him. Um, Kind of just a similar flip and flop sort of thing on the wide receivers wise. And then tight end, I'm not really going to get to Johnu. Let's say they have an every other day rotation on training camp. Yeah, him and Durham Smythe. So again, I don't really want to get to those two guys. I'm much rather to go to Julian Hill, kind of a big body type of tight end back. I like going to him. Let's go to the second game. Houston, they are going to play some of the starters. So do you want to take the game on CJ Stroud throwing a long ball and possibly doing better than the other quarterbacks so we didn't get two halves? That's up to you. It's preseason. Stranger things have happened. Davis Mills didn't look bad in that slate. And then Keenum and Boyle, looking at running back wise, I don't imagine Mixon's going to try to play. So we're going to get Pierce. We're going to get Dare. And then I don't know how much Gerard Jordan, because we didn't get to see the fourth quarter, obviously. So how much is Gerard Jordan going to play? Going to play? I mean, you also have Cam Akers who scored a touchdown. That bailed out a lot of people. That bailed out my buddy Sheldon. So on that slate. So again, how much are they going to want to run Akers also? So I don't mind getting a piece of Jordan or Akers, to be honest with you. And then looking at receiver wise, they're not going to play Stephon Diggs. Again, it could be a bomb to Nico Collins or even Tank Dell. But Michi was playing a ton last slate, so was Hutchinson. I don't mind going those two guys at all. If you want to do a Davis Mills with Michi and Hutchinson stack. Yeah, I played the wrong tight end last Hall of Fame slate. But now Quarantino is expected to miss at least a few weeks. So again, Case Stover's in line to see a lot of run. He's going to be a lock of the slate. But I mean, so I called that on Xander's on this slate, and look how that went. But I do like Stover here a ton. Looking at Pittsburgh, it's going to be a battle between Kyle Allen and Plumlee. How much is Plumlee going to play? How much is Allen going to play? I don't know yet. Um, do you want to play a college quarterback coming in like we did with Plummer? But Plumlee, I really just don't want to go to these guys. Looking at running backs, no Najee for me, no Warren for me, no Cordell Patterson, obviously. So again, are we going to see Cowboys legends Aaron play? Are we going to see Jawan Edwards play? So, and then you have Jonathan Ward. So again, kind of flip through these guys. I don't. If I had a pick, it would be the rookie and Edwards. But again, I don't mind going to Ward, Jonathan Ward. I'm not really getting much of Champlin. And then looking at receivers, not really getting much of Pickens, Jefferson, or Austin. No Roman Wilson for me. Um, looking at Fitzpatrick, if you want to stack one of these guys, Quez Watkins coming from the Eagles, we know the speed on him. He could break a long one for sure. Scotty Miller, looking at him possibly. And then tight end wise, no Friday move for me. I'm not really getting to Washington. I'm not really going to get to these tight ends. I'd much rather go to Stover. And then going to Philly, looking at quarterback. This is the battle that we need to watch for, the QB2 battle. Kenny Pickett and Tanner McKee. It's sad to say that Kenny Pickett's battling for the number 2 spot, but I don't imagine Wilger is going to play a ton. Maybe the fourth quarter. Maybe he gets down to 4 or 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter and they throw in Wilger to kind of just, again, finish off the game. Much rather go to McKee than Kenny Pickett. McKee's knows the system a little bit more so than Kenny Pickett. So I do like McKee on the slate. Looking at running backs, this is the spot to go to. I like Shipley a ton. They do have Davis Price, who's not on the slate. So keep that in mind. But again, I'm much rather go to a Shipley on the slate. That's who I'm mainly looking at. And then receiver wise, no AJ Brown, no Smith. Paris Campbell's banged up. I don't imagine him he's gonna see run. I don't mind going to Johnny Wilson. I mean, he's pushed his way into competition. As you see on the DraftKings now, I like him a ton. John Ross, I don't know if I even want to look at him, but he's been spotted working with the first team offense. That's gross. Smith, Covey, kind of a special teams kind of guy. So again, you have options on the slate to stack McKee with. And then there's a lot of tight ends on the team. I'm not going to the tight end mess. And let's look at Baltimore at the quarterback spot. Lamar Jackson's not going to play. And then you have Josh Johnson, who is kind of the old vet on the team. He will suit up for Bridie's preseason opener. His primary competition will come from the rookie Citron Pitt, Devin Leary, drafted rookie Emory Jones. So again, we could see a half for Johnson and then a quarter for Leary and a quarter for Jones. Looking at running backs, this is where I also want to spot on with is Derrick Henry is probably not going to play. No Justice Hill, Mitchell's out. So looking at Ali, Wright, Collier, and Ricard, who is a fullback. So again, give me Ali and give me Wright. I'm going to mix and match those guys, even possibly play two. Looking at receivers, no Zay Flowers, no Bateman, no Aguilar, really for me. They do have Tyler Wallace, kind of the practice squad sort of guy. Russell Gage, Falcons legend and Bucks legend. And then Deontay Hardy, we saw on the Bills, kind of a deep ball threat as well. Blake Cunningham, kind of the quarterback. Switcheroo, again, flip flop these guys with receivers. Y'all know how it goes. It's going to be all over the place. And then tight end, way too big of a mess. So for me, I'm going to get some of Miami. I'm going to get some of Houston, especially at Cade Stover. I'm going to play the Baltimore running backs and the Philadelphia running backs. This might be my running backs game right here with Philly and Baltimore. And then I'm going to mix and match pass catchers from Houston and Miami. I think I'm going to fade most of the Atlanta team. I'm going to fade most of the Pitt team. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, honestly. I know it's kind of short and sweet, but hopefully me and Dustin can get a slate going possibly for Saturday. If we can get our work schedules kind of aligned because it's kind of hard without me working night shift and him working days. But that's going to bring the slate for us. Let's go. Thank you for tuning in. It was a great day, everybody. Have a good one.